Welcome to the Coomera Indoor Sports Centre here on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. It's Women's Day at the Gymnastics. We're going into subdivision 3 of 4. Christine, what have we got coming up in this session?
Well, the big teams are Wales and Canada. Really, Canada are probably the favourites. Their leader, Ellie Black, took silver at the World Championships at the end of last year. Here we can just see on the board the results from the first 2 rotations, and Shannon Archer of Scotland is in the lead with 48.35, and Malaysia Farah Ann Abdul Hadi takes the 2nd place. So it was a team this is a team competition and an opportunity for the individuals to qualify all around. In the team competition, Scotland are in the lead with 142, Malaysia 2nd, India 3rd, and Sri Lanka 4th. So we've got Wales and Canada as teams, and then individuals from Cyprus, Cayman Islands as well.
So not only the team final, but it is also the qualification round for the individual all-around. Slight change in the rules since the last Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2014. Only 2 per nation can qualify for the all-round instead of 3, and it's the top 2 from each nation only allowed on each apparatus, and that's the top 8 gymnasts. We've seen reverse order from standing, so as we're going through the subdivisions, the scores and the standard will be raising slightly, and we are getting into some good gymnastics. With Canada, we're 4th in Glasgow, but really have improved dramatically, Chris.
Yes, they have indeed. So as Craig was saying, the teams are seeded on their performance 4 years ago, but of course a lot can change in 4 years. So we have in this round Canada and Wales, who were 3rd and 4th 4 years ago, and in the later round we have England and Australia, who were 1st and 2nd. But we're in anticipation here in this arena. Really cosy, full of atmosphere arena, 7,000 maximum. They're just going through here, the qualifiers at the moment for uneven bars. So the top 8 qualify. Gymnasts from this round and the next round will be hoping to push their way into those qualification positions.
Yes, pretty much a sellout. Tickets are like gold dust here on the Gold Coast. And they've been really good at getting behind the gymnasts. And I think we've had some really good performances because of the support from the audience.
And of course, yesterday we saw the men's competition. The English guys were absolutely magnificent and won the team title by 10 marks. Canada were in 2nd place, and Scotland gave a tremendous fight back to take the bronze medal. So we had a great night last night. This competition will be coming to its climax in these next 2 rounds. Team medals on offer here.
Well, we had 2 gymnasts representing Northern Ireland in the men's competition. Both done exceptionally well and qualified for finals. We have no women being represented by Northern Ireland in these rounds of competition, but we have got a lot of home nation interest. Like we said, we've got Wales, had a historic bronze medal in the team event in the last Commonwealth Games. We'll be wanting to emulate that, or if not, go one better.
Well, they've certainly got a very good, promising team. See, at the moment, Scotland with 1, 2 and 3 on floor. The scores were very hard to come by on floor.
If you're joining us from the UK, good morning. About 7:05 there, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you've got a day off, fantastic. You have got some great gymnastics to watch. quite a technical sport, gymnastics, but we'll do our best to guide you through the complexities. A little bit about the scoring system, Christine.
Yes, well, the score is split into two parts. The execution, how the gymnast performs, whether they make any mistakes, is marked out of 10. So that each gymnast starts with 10 marks and judges deduct points from that 10. Another set of judges count the difficulty they're doing. And so each routine will have a difficulty level, a D score. The gymnasts don't put the difficulty score in first. The judges have to count as they go along. Just vault, where it's different, you nominate your vault before you go. So we've been seeing scores, high scores, or scores of 12, 13.
Gymnasts wanting to qualify for the vault final. Unlike the all-around competition, they must nominate and compete 2 different vaults.
So here we go, women's team final and individual qualification, 3rd round. And we start with the team from Canada, vastly experienced team. And they're a team of 5. You choose your 4 best to work on each apparatus, and you see the 4 going to work on the bars. They've got their handguards on already. Just 2 gymnasts from Cyprus. They're not a team, they're competing as individuals, hoping to get into finals. And the team from Wales, bronze medalists 4 years ago, be very much hoping to emulate their predecessors or go one better even. Team Wales off to the vault.
Interesting, Christine, none of the girls in the Welsh team actually competed at the last game, so a relatively young and inexperienced team.
Absolutely, and these are the gymnasts from the Cayman Islands. They also off to vault.
And as the lights come up in the Coomera Indoor Sports Centre, so does the atmosphere. Gymnasts allowed quick warm-up on their piece of apparatus.
Yep, 30 seconds a gymnast. So with 4 gymnasts, that's a 2-minute warm-up. I think we've got 4 in the 2 teams, and then 2 individuals.
On paper, Canada should really win this competition if you look at the experience within the team. Most of the team members competed in 2012 or 2016 Olympics, and certainly in events like this, experience really does count, because we've seen that in the earlier rounds.
Very much so. And there's the team from Wales. And the team from Canada on the bars. On the vault, you're allowed 2 warm-up goes, unless you're going to attempt to make finals, and 2 of the Welsh gymnasts are going to attempt to make finals, and then you're allowed 3. Just 1 warm-up go on the bars. You actually are allowed 50 seconds to chalk up the bars and get them ready. See the gymnasts running down the vault runway there, 25-meter run as the maximum.
And the vaulting platform, 1.25 metres from the floor, and it's sprung to give the gymnasts extra power and block off the top. This morning we saw lots of single twists, not many double twists on the vault, Christine, but I'm sure in this round and going forwards we'll see plenty of difficult vaulting.
Yes, we will indeed. We'll see the level of gymnastics rise, but of course it's no use the level rising unless if the performance level goes down. It's so important for the gymnasts to keep good quality of work.
Well, actually, that's something we were talking about earlier, the fact that the gymnasts that have been doing simpler stuff but cleanly have been well rewarded, and gymnasts that were completing skills a little bit maybe at a stretch have been heavily penalised. So it's a real gamble in the team event.
Yes, it is indeed. See, very nice work here from the Canadian team.
If I'm not mistaken, the coach, the male coach to the Canadian team, Davy Kikuchi, actually competed, well, I competed against him in the Commonwealth Games in 2002.
Yes, he's the personal coach of Ellie Black, who was the silver medalist at the World Championships at the end of 2017.
And 5th in the all-round in Rio in 2016, so it must be very relaxing for the rest of the team, or a calming influence, knowing you've got that experience and quality within your team.
You can see each gymnast likes the bars just so. See the coach there working, coach from Cyprus working with the water spray.
Two gymnasts from Wales will be trying for a vault final, Emily Thomas and Holly Jones. Holly Jones, 17, trains in Swansea and coached by an ex Commonwealth Games gymnast and GB gymnast Natalie Lucet. Emily Thomas, 17, GB squad, trains in Bridgend.
Emily is one of the group of gymnasts who train together in Cardiff, and they train under the national coach, Tracy Skirton.
Looks like we're nearly ready to start.
So first gymnast for Wales on the podium, starting on vault, Natalia Bevan.
"17 years of age, she's the Welsh champion, gets things underway. Beautiful full twist in Yurchenko. Stretch, shape, position, no problems there.
Lovely attack Flips on, lifts high, straight body, super full twist.
First up for Canada on the uneven bars, it's Jade Chobok.
Good, strong handstand shape. Flies up to the high bar and then into an uprise and Kachev. It was a bit flat, the Kachev. Nice stall to circle. Immediate shoot down to the low bar and then up to the high bar. Good swing. Lovely handstand on the top bar. There's the full pirouette, just a tiny bit late, but a good performance. Has to have a forward element. There we go, the forward giant into the double front. That is a very strong, secure opening routine for Canada.
Well, we saw her perform in the World Cup in Birmingham, and that was a very efficient routine.
Score for Natalia Bevan, 13.4, 8-8 for execution. Maisie Methuen from Wales.
Powerful Volta. Handspring, the pipe front somersault with a half turn. Just struggled a bit to control the power on the landing, but great flight.
Maisie being a very successful GB junior, part of the GB junior team that took the silver medal at the Junior Europeans. Very powerful, big hop back, but lovely style. Holds the pike, kicks out just the right moment. Good vaulting. .025 for the first gymnast from Canada. That's a good score.
Next up, onto the uneven bars, Isabella Aneshko for Canada.
Very stylish gymnast. A shade off handstand there. Good full pirouette. Immediately in the Shaposhnikova and to the Kachev, bit loose around the knees and a little bit short on those handstands, but a very good Kachev from the close bar element. Pak Salto, immediately back up to the high bar. She's linking these elements well. Nice toe half into the forward giant, up into the double front. Another very efficient routine. Little bit of deductions attached to the handstand shapes and legs together, but lots of difficulty in that routine.
Effective combination there of putting the skills together. Maisie Methuen, 13.3 on the vault.
And Emily Thomas, one of the gymnasts who's going to go for vault final.
4.6 difficulty. Powerful approach. Blocks in, full twist in Yurchenko. Very clean, good landing.
Very powerful gymnast, Emily. Lots of power in this vault. Flip onto the platform, lifts up nice and high. Good control on the landing. Tiny bit offline, but she's inside the two parallel lines, which is the important thing. Aneshko, 13.7, that's a big score. But a 5-8 difficulty is big difficulty as well. (13.525), second vault for Emily Thomas.
need to be a different entry to the vault. Nominated 4.2 on the difficulty. Needs to be strong and positive. Just a straight Sukahara. Good on the execution.
I'm a bit surprised because I've seen her do this with a full twist while we've been here and compete it with a full twist, but that was very nice and straight. Will definitely maximise the score.
Next up for Canada on the uneven bars, Ellie Black.
And the gymnast of the moment holds that handstand up to the high bar. Lovely, oh! I was going to say lovely big Kachev. Uprise into the Kachev, and her hands didn't quite get over the bar. The clock will be ticking. Here she uprises into clear circle, and Kachev, and she just put it a little bit long. You have to reverse the feet over the bar. Needs to mount and get going again. Needs to make the next amount nice and clean. This time in the pike position, she makes sure of it. The Jaeger somersault, so we've seen 2 releases, but she lost a bit of rhythm into the pack salto. Here the Shap with the half turn. Up to the high bar. Full pirouette. Shoot front with half turn. Beautiful dismount, not the most difficult, but not only was there a fall, there were another couple of errors as well.
And also the judges will have to decide whether they're going to credit that first release. Gymnast must show a hang position.
And second vault, 13.05. Holly Jones for the vault.
Going for a vault final as well. 5 difficulty. Locks in the 1.5 twist in the Yushchenko. That's the most difficult vault we've seen so far from the Welsh girls.
Very athletic and dynamic off the top. Beautiful style, big step forwards, but the work in the air was super. Dead straight body. Just a little bit surprised. The floor hit her a little bit.
That's begging for another half turn, Christine, for a double twist. I mean, super flight from the top of the board.
It is indeed. She's a super vaulter. (13.85). 8.8 in execution. Second vault for Holly Jones.
Second vault must be a different entry onto the vaulting table. Such a powerful gymnast. Handspring, tuck front somersault with a half turn. Much more secure on the landing. 2 good vaults there.
Very much done her job there. Score for Ellie Black, 12.5. Down in 7 on execution. Now, Canada do have 2 good scores already. And although Ellie Black was in the 12s, Brittany Rogers is easily able to make up that difference. 1 score can be dropped, so they'll be hoping to drop Ellie Black's.
Well, a bit of pressure on the last person up. Onto the bars for Canada, Brittany Rogers.
Very efficient in that hop to reverse grip. super long, high Jaeger. Super full turn. And well extended Kachev. And another one piked immediately down to the low bar. She's linking the difficult work. Now, this is an important skill. The half turn, she makes it. Little bend of the legs. But very good work. Winds up now into a lovely double straight dismount. That was a much needed routine and a very good one as well.
One of the most difficult routines I think we've seen so far, packed with difficulty, the release and catches.
13.625 is the average, second vault 13.4 and 9 for execution.
Regan Rutty in the tuck, Sukahara from the Cayman Islands, just 16 years of age.
Oh, she got her run wrong halfway down, so she actually did very well to make the half turn on and the 1.5 sum is off. She started quite a well-paced run and then stuttered halfway down.
Well, that was a vault she nominated 3.5, but she did well there to recover from a bit of a stutter. But this was a good bar routine. The score should be good for this, Christine. I mean, you can just see here. Some gymnasts just can work certain piece of apparatus. And that's a big dismount because she's not the smallest of gymnasts, quite tall for a double layout, 2 somersaults in the straight position. And Canada really needed that third score.
They did. They're 3 good scores they've given there. And Regan Rutty, 11.6. And first 14 of the day, 14.2. 8.3 in execution.
Tough, these judges, Christine, on the execution.
They are indeed. So as well as the team from Canada, we have 2 individuals from Cyprus in this round.
First gymnast for Cyprus on the bars is Elena Ilades.
Jump up to the top bar. Handstand just a shade off. Giant circle with the full turn. It's one of the things the gymnasts need to include. Shoot down to the low bar, but you can see the legs are a bit bent and apart, and a loss of form. She's done so well actually to fight and not take an extra swing up on the top of the high bar, but just a very basic dismount, and there'll be lots of deductions there. Samantha Penny from the Cayman Islands to the vault. Last gymnast of this rotation on the vault.
16 years of age, 3 for the difficulty. Handspring with the full turn. Just couldn't control that landing. That will be a fall and out of the landing zone.
Yes, not such a difficult vault. Just a handspring, no somersault off. Just a full twist, but she didn't quite finish the full twist. The feet were still pointing away, can you see, from the center, and then of course her center of gravity was moving to the side.
Yeah, she was still twisting when she hit the mat. Shoulders pushed to the other side. There's only one place you go in there.
So 8.35, execution score of 6.05. It's quite difficult for these young gymnasts to work with the Canadian team, who are vastly experienced.
Next up for Cyprus, Gloria Felicides.
Good shape in the handstand. Caught the bar with quite good swing as well, and another good handstand. Half turn, forward element, the forward giant. The full turn, but a very late turn. She did well to keep the move going. Oops, and then she clipped the bars. I think she was probably going to go into the dismount there, but she clipped the low bar, which stopped her swing. Oh, and still went for a double back, which really didn't get past its head. I thought she was only going to do a back away then. She didn't have very much momentum into the dismount at all.
That's two of us, Christine. I thought she was just going to do a straight back, but Samantha Peen on the vault. There's a penalty, 0.3, scores 9.5, only 2.4 on the difficulty for that vault. I do feel sorry for these gymnasts that have been drawn in with such a good group. To compete, these girls, with the team from Canada, it's a bit unfair. I thought she was, that was the free swing, she clipped the bottom bar. Did well to keep going. And then I thought, yes, it's just a straight back. At least she got round to her feet first. That could have been a lot worse. And yes, she's okay.
It was a reasonably okay landing, wasn't it? She just forward rolled out of it.
She doesn't look too shaken by it. Score, Felicides, 7.8 on the bars. Hopefully we'll be able to give you a running team total. And there we can see, after one rotation, Canada 40.925, just ahead of Wales, 40.775. Scotland in third, 40.6, followed by India, Malaysia and Sri Lanka. Christine, any individual scores for us?
Yes, after one rotation, Brittany Rogers is in the lead ahead of Shannon Archer, then followed by Holly Jones, Isabella Oneshko, Cara Kennedy, Emily Thomas, and then Claudia Cummings and Natalia Bevan. So it's a little bit difficult to assess that when you've just done one piece of apparatus, because it depends a little bit on how the judging is going on that apparatus. But the Welsh are now warming up on the bars, and Canada on the beam.
Well, in the earlier rounds, the beam has definitely been the very tricky piece of apparatus. It seems to have determined the standings of the competition, but that seems to be common in most competitions, doesn't it, Chris?
Yes, it does, and the judging has become very sort of severe on the beam, and it also almost seems to have created a bit of a fear in the gymnasts to allow themselves to perform. And here we see pictures of Ellie Black here on the beam. Welsh there, warming up on the bars.
must admit, Christine, when we came in the other day to watch the podium session for both men and the women, I was really impressed with the way the Welsh women worked, the apparatus. Really clean, stylish, looked well prepared, came in, did the job, almost like business-like, the way they carried themselves around. And I guess that's what you want, to replicate the podium within the competition.
Yes, very much. And they are a very good team. All but Holly Jones are members of the GB national team, so compete not only for Wales but for Great Britain as well, whereas within the Scottish team none of those gymnasts are in the GB squad. So these gymnasts from Wales are quite experienced, but of course in this year the big emphasis for them is on the Commonwealth Games.
That looks like the first competitor for Canada, Isabella Oneshko. One of the girls hoping to do well in the all-around competition.
They won't let her start until the warm-up on the bars is finished.
So, first up for Canada on the beam is Isabella Oneshko.
Composes herself. Very nice. Backward roll through splits. Big tumbling series coming now. Backflip up high. Full turning, tuck back. Well negotiated. Oh, you can see she's a little bit edgy. A difficult skill. And two complex spins linked together. Very committed, the change leg leap immediately into the free cartwheel and then the full turning jump. This is a routine packed full of difficulty. And change leg to ring, she flicked the foot back, the head back. The judges have to decide whether they credit it. If they do, it's worth a lot of marks. Free walkover. Immediate change leg half into split jump. Nice supple gymnast. Showing off her range of movement with her dance. Dismount, 1, 2. Double twist. Wow, she is thrilled with that. That was a very difficult routine and it came off. Very, very happy with that performance.
Well, we've seen lots of gymnasts fall off the beam in the earlier round, but that was by far the best beam performance we've seen.
First gymnast on the bars, Jolie Ruckley for Wales.
Starts on the high bar. Into the Katchev. Nice line. Stoop, half turn. Into the forward long swing, half turn. Down to the low bar. Gymnast must work down and back. Good flight there up to the top bar, back down to the low bar. Did well to recover. In the handstand. Back up to the low bars, got to keep the momentum going. Full pirouette. Needs a good dismount. Into the double toe. Very good performance. First routine done for Wales on the bars.
Well done, Jolie. That was a good opening for the team. She could have easily had a little mistake there on the low bar as she shot down. Good extension. She's a tall gymnast. She works the bars very well. Just a relatively simple double tuck dismount, but very clean, knees locked together, makes a good landing.
There was some great work on this beam. Big dismount, flick to one, flick to two, stands up, wraps in, 2 twists, plenty of time, a little adjustment on the landing. It's all about getting the moves together as quick as you can.
I'm sure that will be one of the routines that will make the final on beam. So she's highly delighted with that. 2 difficult routines down. She's had a good bars and a good beam. Time to feel a bit relaxed.
Yeah, I think we haven't had a 12 yet on the beam. I think 11.7 might be the highest.
11.9. I'm sure that will go easily into the 12s, if not the 13s. Just depending, they have to assess whether they give all the jumps or not. So Jolie Ruckley, 12.05, first score up for Wales on the bars.
Good score for Wales.
Very good score.
Score comes in, Isabella, and his score, you were right, Christine, 13.1, 5.8 on the difficulty.
Very difficult routine.
Next, for Canada, onto the beam, is Jade Chobok.
As usual, little flick of the toes. Well committed, the first 2 leaps, the change leg and the change leg half. So that's her leap series done. And that's her acrobatic series. Free cartwheel into the layout, somersault. It's very difficult. But it just wasn't in a straight line at the end of the free cartwheel. Double spin, another very difficult element. Well controlled, the free walkover. And the side somersault. It's important really that the moves and elements get incorporated into the routine, but the gymnast makes them look easy. Here comes the dismount, double pike, that was well done. She went for broke with the big series and it didn't quite come off, but she composed herself well afterwards, and the rest of the routine was good.
One fall for Canada on the beam, 1 hallmark. Bit of pressure on the next 2 gymnasts, but it's such a very difficult series there. Free cartwheel into the layout, shoulders just slightly offline. There's very little, if any, margin for error.
Emily Thomas on the bars for Wales.
Starts well on the top bar, into the forward long swing. Lovely pike, Jaeger somersault. Down to the low bar, did well to control that. Back up to the top bar. Fixes a handstand well. There's the full pirouette. Full twisting double back dismount. Did well to save that routine as she went to the low bar. A little bit of nerves maybe, Christine.
She did very well indeed. Lovely dismount though from Emily. Very strong gymnast, able to work her way out of trouble. Shoot down to the low bar. the hand looked like it went on well, and then she almost tried to readjust. But she continued well. There were a couple of occasions when she didn't quite hit a handstand. Handstand has to be feet over the hands. But that was a good full pirouette. And this is one of the nicest full turning double backs that I know.
But another routine for Wales in the bag, and the team competition is all about consistency.
$11.95 for Emily Thomas. Execution down a little bit. They're quite eagle-eyed, these judges.
They are indeed. Just waiting for the score. For Jade Chobok, scores 11.55 on the beam, 6.55 on difficulty. Up next on beam for Canada, Ellie Black.
Always difficult after a disappointing piece to compose yourself. But that's a fantastic series, isn't it? The change leg mount, immediate change leg to change leg half. Super double spin. Lovely high front somersault. Big series now, backflip, straight back somersault, upright and easy on the landing. Side somersault, quite difficult to be secure on the landing. You're looking forward. She's very nice and fluent on the beam. Keeps it going. Just the dismount to go now. Big round off, double pike. Securely landed. She'll be very, very happy with that routine. Putting the bars behind her, that's the mark of a true champion.
Well, she was European champion on beam in 2014, and that was a great routine under the pressure. The team really did need that.
Natalia Bevan to the bars for Wales.
Half turn. Nice and high there in the straddle Jaeger. A little bit short there. Travel down to the low bar. Nicely. Stoop. And up to the high bar. And again to the low bar. This is good work. Keep the momentum. Come on. Lock out the handstand. Full pirouette. Needs a good dismount. Double back. Good solid routine there from Natalia. Wales building nicely.
Building very nicely indeed. Natalia Bevan full of determination there. As was Ellie Black on the beam.
Should score well that. And it does. Ellie Black, 13.65.
There we are for confirmation there, 13.65. Very difficult routine.
Next up for Canada on the beam, Brittany Rogers.
Very experienced member of Team Canada. Good control on those spins. Spins have to be included, leaps have to be included. and elements that go forwards and backwards. That was the nice free walkover. Now the backward elements, the backflip, the layout somersault, makes it look easy and confident. The split jump with the half turn. Gymnast has to have at least 3 spins or leaps included in their difficulty. That's lovely, full turning backflip. And the quarter turn into handstand and balance. Very risky, but she negotiated it well. A really mature performance this, full of originality. Ready for the dismount. One flip, 2, punches up into the double pike. That's a big dismount to a big routine. 3 very good routines there for Canada. They will be difficult to beat firing like this.
I'm just thinking that. 3 good beam routines. Natalia Bevan, 12.9 on the bars, 8.2 for execution. Good score.
Very good indeed. And final gymnast for Wales, Maisie Methuen.
Starts on the low bar. Stoop full turn, that's good work. Nice and high to the top bar. Clear circle. Lovely catch, Ev. Down to the low bar. Back into the handstand. Nice, the shack with the half turn. Just hang on, come on, we just need a good dismount. Half turn, forward long swing, top change. Come on. Double back dismount. Good, solid routine. Wales have done themselves proud on the bars, Christine.
They have indeed. They've worked very confident and cleanly. They haven't gone for anything that's not really secure. Haven't gone for the big dismounts other than Emily. And they've looked very polished and very precise.
I thought the beam routines from Canada were just getting better and better, Christine. I mean, just look at this. It was full of difficulty. There you go, the flick. Flick to 2. Into the double pike. That is big bonus. Plenty of time to spot the landing.
Yes, particularly Brittany Rogers. Well, 12.25. Ooh, execution down, 7.05. They were tight on that score.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that, Christine. I'd definitely give it a bit more than that. Anyhow, Alina Eliades from Cyprus onto the beam.
Starts with a Japana mount. Definitely joined those 2 leaps, which is good. Strong free cartwheel. And the change leg leap with the quarter turn, just a little bit slow. Very long pauses between each. Back flip, tuck back, but done very well indeed there to hold that on. A little tentative on the spin. Good straight front somersault dismount. Well, she was a little slow, a little ponderous, but she stayed on and did very well indeed.
As they say, slow and steady. wins the race. Good score, Maisie Methuen, 13.15. Good on the execution, 8.25.
Very good indeed. Samantha Peen to the bars for the Cayman Islands.
Straight onto the top bar, a little bit short there on the cast, down to the low bar. Short there, clear circle, that's better handstand position, up to the high bar. Little pause, into the handstand. Simple, straight back dismount. Well, it's lacking on some of the difficulty we've seen and certainly some of the requirements. But it was a routine, it started and it finished.
That's right, and actually it was quite well executed. Nice straight legs. She swung, it was one of the better shoot-ups to the high bar. And 9.9 for Eleni Elidas.
Next onto the beam for Cyprus is Gloria Felicides.
Starts with the forward roll on. And quite nice, unusual section on the beam. Goes for the sheep jump. You're meant to touch your feet on your head. Judges will be looking carefully to see whether they will credit that, whether she did in fact do that. Definitely did the free cartwheel. Little step back. Jump with turn. Have to show splits in that, so if you don't hit the splits, the judges will deduct. But that's very well done. Jump full turn. Here comes the series. Flip into layout. Some sort of, that was a shame. She'd be going so well. You need to have such an efficient backflip that you can stand up and see the beam early. That was a bit sighted a little late. Quite good splits on the leap. Straight front summy dismount. Well, she fought hard. And there was a lot in it that was very nice indeed.
Just 15 years of age. Score comes in, Samantha Peen, 8.95. You see the difficulty, 1.8.
And the next gymnast from the Cayman Islands, Reagan Rutty, to the bars.
Into the handstand, down to the low bar. Oh, just cast a little bit too hard over the top. Couldn't control the power. You can see goes down, splitting the legs. And then just a little bit soft in the back there. You've really got to fix those handstand positions. And she'll have to get a move on. She's only 30 seconds to get back onto the bars. And she does, mounts the low bar. Back hip circle, a little bit low again. Better in the toe on and off. Up to the high bar. She's having to work hard, come on. Kick the long swing. A little bit loose in the back. Double back dismount.
Disappointed that she didn't get through that routine, and she fell off on something relatively easy, really. Just pushed the hips over. Felicides, 9.35 on the beam.
Well, she's absolutely loving this competition, Christine, and just 15 years of age. For some of these gymnasts, this is the start of the career. We're looking at the highly experienced Canadian team. We've got most of those have been in the Olympic Games, getting towards the end of the career. So there's a real mix for this competition.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Brittany Rogers there at 24 years of age, Ellie Black 20. They've seen several Commonwealth Games as well as World Championships, Olympic Games. Lovely commitment there on the beam on the straight back somersault.
And this performance for me just sums up the experience that this gymnast has. Mistake on the bars, knowing that you're going to beam, which such as a difficult piece of apparatus to refocus. You coach gymnasts, Christine, you'll know as soon as they have a fall it can be a complete disaster.
Yes, but when you're as experienced as Ellie Black and has gone through the ups and downs, you know how to put it behind you. 7.35 for this young gymnast on the bars.
Should hopefully get a team standing. We are halfway through this competition.
Yes, so at this stage of events, Canada in the lead, 79.925, Wales second. Scotland at the moment third. And Canada go now to the floor exercise. They've had that very nice rotation, bars, beam, and now they've got the chance to express themselves on the floor and power their way on the vault. They've had the two difficult exercises where you really need to concentrate, and they've been impressive, haven't they, Craig?
They have been impressive, very much so. Wales have done very well, been on the vault, clean vaults, clean on the bars, but they go to the very difficult piece that is the balance beam, which earlier in the day has taken a few scalps. So fingers crossed, Wales compete well on this piece of apparatus. You can see the girls warming up there. This is not the competition. You get a couple of minutes warm up and then first competitor will then compete.
That's right, Natalia Bevan just warming up. So they've done two pieces. These teams, the team of Canada and of Wales, can see how they love to have the chalk on their feet. This is Jolie Ruckley. Maisie Methuen just warming up there on the beam. Each gymnast has 30 seconds in this warm-up.
So 4 gymnasts will compete for each team on the apparatus, and the best 3 scores count. So in theory, you're allowed a little mistake, but only one of them. So beam will be a crucial point in the competition for the Welsh team, Christine.
It will indeed, and both Wales and Canada have 5 in their team, so they can choose their best 4 on this apparatus. There's also 2 gymnasts from the Cayman Islands competing alongside Wales, and 2 gymnasts from Cyprus competing alongside Canada. They are competing not for the team competition, but to qualify for the individual all-around and the apparatus finals. The girls in the teams will also have that opportunity to compete. And here, Isabella Oneshko, absolutely fantastic start for Canada on the beam. Can she do the same for them on the floor?
Well, she's leading the all-round competition after 2 rotations.
Isabella Oneshko for Canada.
She's a very powerful and expressive gymnast. Handspring, the straight front with the full twist. Beautiful leap series there, showing great flexibility. Gymnasts have to work with the music, express themselves. Double tug, little adjustment. Good leap there. Control, well done there in the double spin. Keep the concentration till the end of the routine. Stands up into the double pipe back. Well, what a performance there on the floor. Isabella Oneshko from Canada starts well for the team.
Absolutely sold that routine. Not probably such a high difficulty level of some we'll see, but she really went for the artistry score, sold it fantastically.
First up for Wales on the beam is Jolie Ruckley.
Very nice flip mount. And starts with the difficult double squat spin. Very good leap series, change leg into change leg half. So we've seen difficult spin, difficult mount, 2 difficult leaps. Now we just need to see the same level of acrobatics. Here it comes, back flip layout, somersault, secure and strong. Super free walkover, lots of commitment, straight into the 2 jumps. Lovely double spin. Wow, this has been very classy work. Needs a good dismount, it has one. A 1.5 twist. That was a super start for Wales. And very confident, very classy from Jolie Ruckley.
Just what Wales need. Get off to a good start. Beam is such a difficult piece of apparatus. Oneshko on the floor, good score, 12.8. Execution, 7.9.
We haven't yet had a floor with an execution score into the 8s. Jade Chubrock.
First tumble. 2 whips, 2 flicks, into the double back. Just inside the floor. Powerful gymnast. 2.5 twist into the tuck front. Good combination. It's not just about powerful tumbling. Nice separation there on the leap. Third tumble. Double twist, very efficient. Must hold the concentration. Stands up into the double bike back, nice and secure. Another solid floor for Canada, Jade Chobok.
Good tumbling, perhaps not quite the elegance of Aneshko. Nice first tumble, 2 whip backs, 2 flips, and then a really sky-high double back. Lands very securely. So score for Jolie Ruckley, 12.3, yes. And the next gymnast, Emily Thomas, showing the backflip mount as well. Very nicely up on her toes. Change leg into change leg quarter, a little bit flat on the second jump. But securely on. Here comes the flip and the layout somersault. Another confident series. Confident free walkover. Straight leg side somersault. Have to include the full spin. Strong change leg half. She's been very efficient. Perhaps not full amplitude on some of the leaps, but very solid, very strong. Needs to focus with the big dismount. Double pike, beautifully done. Well done, Emily. Wales are motoring 2 routines without falls.
Fantastic routine from Emily Thomas there, keeping the pressure on for Wales. 2 out of 2 on the beam.
12.7 for Chobok. So Ellie Black for Canada takes to the floor.
Good flexibility and height there in the straddle jump. Powerful and dynamic gymnast. Front walkout, full twist, stand up, into the double pike back. Very capable gymnast. Stands up, the 2.5 into the front somersault. Gymnast must show the leap series, one of the requirements. Demonstrate good flexibility. Relatively simple double twist, but spotted the floor within plenty of time. Another solid performance for Ellie Black on the floor. Canada really are after this team title.
Very mature performance, unusual tumbles there. The full twisting front, walk out into the double pike. .12.5 for Emily Thomas, another good score.
Next up, Natalia Bevan for Wales on the beam.
Lovely jump to splits position. Very good opening series. 2 leaps into a double spin. Free cartwheel layout, somersault, well negotiated. Very nice free walkover joined to the jump. Little tentative on that change leg half because the rest has been beautiful. Little pause for the dismount, the round off, the double twist. Very good routine from Natalia. So Wales have got 3 routines without an error. That's what they will have been after. Fantastic work from Tracy Skirton, their national coach. And there for Ellie Black, 13.45. First 13 we've seen on the floor, and the first 8 in execution, 8.65. Shannon Olsen joins the team. She hasn't worked bars and beam.
Strong, powerful first tumble, double twisting, double bike in the tuck position. Showing good flexibility there. Front somersault, walks out into a double bike, no problems. Good control in the spin sequence. And with the leaps. Lovely interpretation with the music. Needs to keep focused. Stands up, falling back out. Big third tumble. Final tumble now. Powers in, stands up for the triple twist. Unbelievable floor routine there, Shannon Olsen from Canada finishes the team on floor. Maybe the best till last, Christine.
Well, super tumbling. 12.75 for Natalia Bevan. It was a lovely routine.
Last up for Wales on the beam is Maisie Methuen.
And Maisie is the British champion on beam. So well able to produce something special. She's done the round off flip mount, the 2 leaps. Has a big series here. Flip, layout, and a second layout, beautifully secure. Confident on the double spin. This is triple spin there in the crouch position. And then if I can do a triple, I can do a double as well. So really building the difficulty on this beam routine. Strong free walkover. Two very good controlled jumps. Now she just needs to keep this focus for the dismount, the round off. The double twist, that was quite a special routine from Maisie Methuen, and 4 beautiful routines from Wales.
Shanna Olsen, 13.25 on the floor for Canada. So onto the floor is Elena Iliades for Cyprus. Nice double spin. Just likes a little bit of pace in the routine. 1.5 twist. Gymnasts must work in time with the music and sell the performance. As well as the tumbles. Round off flick, full twist. Good landing. The final tumble, the forward pass, the handspring, straight front somersault, immediate into the lead. Elena Iliades from Cyprus on the floor.
And she's pleased with that performance, landed all her tumbles. Here we have Maisie Methuen. Let's see what score she's come up with, full of difficulty and style.
It certainly was. This is a very difficult flick, layout, into a layout. Most gymnasts put 2 acrobatic elements together. That was 3, packed with difficulty. Big score, 13.25 for Maisie Methuen on the beam. Surely that'll put her into a beam final. Next up from the Cayman Islands, Samantha Penny.
Nicely extended gymnast. Just a little bit soft in the elbows on that back flip. Good splits on the leaps, the change leg on the C-zone. Controls the spin well. Half turn into the split jump, needed to just be a little bit further round. Full twisting, gain a dismount off the side, quite an original and nice dismount, but very basic work on the beam.
Just 2 representatives for the Cayman Islands. And the score comes in for Iliades, 10 scored on the floor. And seems happy with that, Christine.
Gloria Philicides from Cyprus for her routine.
Double spin. Very light but powerful gymnast. Into the double pike. Such a shame, hands down on the floor. The leap series. Come on, attack this tumble. The straight front with the full twist, a little bit dished. Works well with the music. Nice split leg leap. Needs another solid tumble. 1.5 twist. Well, another routine for Philicides of Cyprus. Not the most difficult, but yet again, another routine from start to finish.
And very expressive, lots of different choreography. The dance work was clean, tidy. Shame she had the hands down on the double pike at the beginning.
Hands down, 1 full mark off the score.
Let's go, Reagan. Come on, Reagan. Come on, Reagan.
Just waiting for one more competitor on the beam. Have another look at Philicides on the floor.
Round off flip, just a little bit bent elbowed and feet a little bit apart on the twisting. And those are, when you see that execution score, that's where all the marks have gone to.
Let's go, Reagan. Strong and steady.
Ooh, 4.95, yes, it was very, very basic work on the beam.
Next up on the beam for the Cayman Islands is Reagan Rutty.
One of the requirements on the beam, the full spin. Got that underway. One of the other requirements is an acrobatic series. Here that comes, and she did the series, so she gets the 0.5 for attempting it, even though there's 1 mark off for falling off. Tuck jump with full turn, neatly round. And the half turn with the attempt at the split, but it was a little bit short of splits. We've seen good backward element, and another one coming up now. Tuck back. Oh, that was a shame. She had her feet on properly. Here's the 2 jumps linked. Round off into full twist, dismount, quite a reasonable dismount. And there was some good work on the beam, but came to grief twice. So Philicides 10.1 on the floor. So that was quite a good score because she fell on that first tumble.
So 3 rotations down. Wales have done themselves proud on the beam, no falls. Hopefully get confirmation of the team results as the gymnasts work or walk to their final rotation.
Canada will go to the vault. See a slow motion here of Shannon Olsen. Front somersault, walk out, into double tuck. She's certainly put in all the big tumbles. But feet apart on the round-off flip. That was a lovely full twisting double back, but each round-off flip has got the feet apart, and of course the judges will deduct for that. Her execution score wasn't in the 8s, so she had the most difficult routine, but not the highest score.
And we've seen it's just finding the balance between difficulty and execution. Canada failed to medal in Glasgow. 7.3 for Regan Rutty on the beam. With the scores in, we should have confirmation of the team standings after 3 rotations. Canada out in front, 119.425. Wales, a very credible second, 110.375. Scotland in third. Malaysia, India and Sri Lanka. And hopefully we'll be able to give you the individual standings so far.
We will indeed, and heading the standings with 39.7 is Maisie Methuen from Wales. Ellie Black and Isabella Oneshko are tying in the second spot. Natalia Bevan in 4th, Emily Thomas 5th, Jade Chabrock 6th, Shannon Archer now down in 7th, Cara Kennedy 8th, Naveen Dariz 9th, and Claudia Cummings in 10th.
As they go to their final rotation, Canada onto the vault. Good piece to finish on the vault, so the scores should be pretty good. Wales go onto the floor. They've had a great competition so far. Let's hope they can hang on for one more piece, but those beam routines by the Welsh girls, Christine, under that pressure, very impressive.
Very impressive indeed. The bulk of the Welsh team trained together at their national centre in Cardiff with Tracy Skirton, who's been the national coach for 3 cycles now. And really, you're seeing here the culmination of several generations of work. As I say there, all of this team, with the exception of Holly Jones, are part of the Great Britain senior squad. You'll see them representing Great Britain at a variety of internationals.
And this competition is just a great experience for these young girls, looking forward, because obviously we've got the Olympics coming up in 2020 and they'll be wanting to make their mark, and competition experience in an event like this is absolutely invaluable.
Oh, completely invaluable. And the British gymnasts have got the European Games in Glasgow in August, and no doubt the Canadian gymnasts and Australian gymnasts have got their own domestic program, but the World Championships in October will be uppermost in everybody's minds. It's the start of Olympic qualification.
first up, onto floor, representing Wales, Holly Jones.
And she hasn't done bars and beams, so it's a long time since she vaulted. Lovely split jump. Whip into triple twist, a fabulous first tumble. Oh, and what a shame. 2.5 twist there. Beautifully landed double back. Hitting splits very nicely in the leaps. Finishing with a very secure double twist. Well, what a shame. That's the first mistake from Wales. And after a super whip into triple twist, went back with the forward tumble and just didn't control the landing.
Such a shame. Wales must keep their composure. Can't become complacent at any point during the competition. Hopefully the next 3 girls up will perform without mistakes, but big tumble, that the straight front somersault with the 2.5 twist. Hips were just slightly out of line, forcing her to rotate backwards and outside of the floor.
So Isabella Oneshko on the vault for Canada.
Powerful gymnast, opts for the full twist in the Yushchenko. Very solid performance there. Canada keeping the pressure on.
The round off in front of the platform, the flip on, the full twist. Quite good direction there. Not the most difficult vault.
And Holly Jones for Wales just waiting for the score on the floor. And that is Isabella Oneshko, 13.35 for Canada on the vault. Holly Jones, 11.85 for the floor. Pressure's on now. Maisie Methuen from Wales on floor.
Leading the competition at this stage all around. Lovely squat spin. Powers down, big tumble here, full twisting double back, beautifully landed. good tumbler forwards as well. Straight front, full twisting front. Very difficult leap, change leg with full turn. Lovely dance, change leg to ring, big tour jeté. Another big tumble on its way. Double pike. Oh, just stutters forwards. Well, that was a bit of a stutter forward on that final tumble, but beautiful dancing, lovely expression from Maisie.
Good routine for the 16-year-old from Abergavenny. Such an expressive routine, just one slight adjustment on that final tumble.
So Ellie Black to the vault. Hugely powerful.
5.4 on difficulty, so it'd be a big vault. A handspring, full twisting straight front. That is powerful vaulting.
It is indeed. Very strong, spatially aware gymnast. Look, punches the arms in, snaps the body up, adds the full twist. Here you see, punch, upper body to legs. Kick out with the full twist.
Silver on vault in the 2014 European Championships, you can see why. Going for 2 vaults, so gymnasts that want to get into the vault final must compete 2 separate vaults. So a little bit of mental rehearsal. 14.3 for the first vault, good score. 5.4 on difficulty, 8.9 on execution.
So second vault for Ellie Black. Needs to be different, can't be that forward entry.
Another big vault, 5.2 difficulty. The Sukahara with the 1.5 twist, much better on the landing. Oh, superb vaulting.
Well, she started off very quietly with a mistake on the bars, but she's built back strongly, Ellie Black.
Black is back, love it.
So Maisie Methuen, 12.6, that's a good score. Scores on floor have been very hard to come by.
Good score with that little stumble, Christine. Next up for Wales, Natalia Bevan on the floor.
Very elegant gymnast. Super high double pike somersault. Well controlled twisting series there. Super leaps. Beautifully choreographed, matches the movement. Keep concentrating, big double tuck to finish. Oh, well done, Natalia. As a junior, she was a very up and down gymnast, often making mistakes, but she's been brilliant today.
A very dramatic performance from the Welsh champion, just 17 years of age, with a great future ahead of her. Second vault again from Ellie Black. Sukahara with the 1.5 turn. Judges will find it difficult to take marks off the second vault. Average 14.3 for Ellie Black of Canada.
So Brittany Rogers to the vault, big vaulter.
Another with a high start value, 5.4. Attacks the vault, wraps in, the double twist in Yushenko. Well, no mistake on that landing, Christine. You can tell. She's like, whoo, I've just nailed that.
Very good vault for the team. Hugely experienced gymnast. Powers into the platform, lifts up high, wraps the 2 twists in. It's out of 5.4. She didn't really give much away to the judges.
Coach is absolutely delighted there. And that's what you want, Christine, as a coach. You just want your gymnast to perform like you know they can perform.
That's absolutely right. So that's the first vault. She's up for a second vault. In fact, they're going to be fighting for a finals place amongst these Canadian gymnasts. 14.55.
9.15 on execution. Probably the best we've seen today on the vault. But she'll need a good second vault. And here we go, Brittany Rogers. Oh, very good there. Round off, half turn into the handspring, straight front with a half twist. 5.2 on difficulty. That will definitely challenge for a vault final place.
Well, it will. They've got 3 gymnasts going to be fighting for 2 places, so it's going to be tough. Half turn on, little bit legs apart on the top of the platform. We can see it from that aerial view. 13 for Natalia Bevan. Execution 8.2. That's one of the best scores we've seen.
Next up for Wales on the floor is Emily Thomas.
And Emily is the powerhouse. Here comes the big tumble. Lovely double straight. Lots of concentration needed on this. Whip into double tuck, another super landing. The difficult leap, the change leg with full turn. This a forward series, full turn into full turn with 1.5 twist. Very dynamic performance here from Emily. She just needs to harness this last tumble, lift high, double pike. Oh, a great performance there from Emily Thomas, bringing to a close the Welsh Challenge. They really couldn't have done any more. They've worked superbly.
The score comes in, Brittany Rogers, 14.25 average, 13.95 for the second vault.
and Shannon Olsen on vault for Canada, the final competitor on the vault for them.
This, the most difficult vault posted in the competition. Start value of 6. So it's going to be big. Oh, that is big. The round off half turn, the straight front with the 1.5 twist. Such a difficult vault. Performed very well.
So you watch the round off here, the half turn on, the snap off, the 1.5 twists in the straight body position. There were a few penalties for legs apart or slightly bent, but it's a hugely difficult vault and it was pretty much down the middle. Very good vaulting from Shannon Olsen.
Well, a little pocket rocket from Wales on floor. Emily Thomas zipped away around that floor area, Christine.
She certainly did. 13 scored. Wow, that's a big total from Wales. $14.8 for that first vault. Big, big score.
Needs to be steady. Average of 2 vaults. Has to be a different entry to the vaulting platform. Round off into the Yurchenko double twist. Another solid vault. Well, for me, Christine, I think that will fend off the other 2 Canadians to get into the vault final.
Yes, I think so. 2 very big vaults. She's only done floor and vault and she's done them fantastically. Canada have had a very good competition. Round off, flip on, up into the air, 2 twists. That's much tidier than I've seen her vaulting previously.
On floor now, representing the Cayman Islands, is Samantha Peen.
Good full twisting front to start with. Just a little short of the splits on these leaps. Nice 1.5 twisting backwards. Clean with the double spin. Twist out of the round off flip. Well, a clean performance. Not quite the extension through the leaps and jumps. Fairly basic tumbles, but it was well performed.
Team Canada, Shannon Olsen, 14.6 average on the vault there, Christine, and I think that makes her ranked first. It does, and Ellie Black second.
Eleni Elides to the vault.
So attacks the vault, into the pike, Sukahara. Eliades from Cyprus.
And with Team Canada and Team Wales, all the scores are in for them. Canada are in the lead, 163, a pretty fantastic total. And Wales are second with 155.975. So England and Australia are going to have to fight very hard if they want to get in ahead of these two teams. So 12.1 for Eliades, going for a second vault.
Obviously hoping for a vault final. 3.3 noted on difficulty. She'll use a different type entry, so she's had the half on for the first vault. Opt in for the Yurchenko in the tuck pike straight position, combination of all three. But cleanly and safely round this competition, and I'm sure memories will be taken away with her, Christine.
Absolutely difficult for these gymnasts, working with the top teams. Score of 8.75 for Samantha Penne. And our final gymnast of this rotation on the floor.
For the Cayman Islands, Regan Rutty.
All good triple spin to start. Very nice double twist, well landed. Good tumbling, 1.5 twist, immediate punch front. Clean routine, only twisting, no double back, so the difficulty won't be too high, but nice dance.
And Noel smiles. I'm going to say a nice way to finish the competition. It's not been the competition she probably hoped for. She came to grief a bit on the beam and the bars. Eliades there, average on the vault, 11.8 scored.
And so our final vaulter, Glory Philissades for Cyprus.
.7 on the difficulty. Half on into the pike, Sukahara, very clean. Good block off the top.
And this is a good, strong vault for a slight gymnast. She's nominated that she's going to do 2 vaults, so I think she's run quickly back. Beautifully upright at the end of the landing. Canada feeling happy.
Well, Canada will be very happy. They failed to medal, 4th in Glasgow, so they guaranteed a bronze.
Absolutely. And my guess would be it'll be a gold. So 10.1 for Regan Rutty on the floor.
Good finish. Well done.
Final performance of this round, second vault for Philissades. 12.05 for the first.
Used a half on for the first vault, so I'll need a different entry to the platform. The Pike Yushchenko, 2 vaults, safely done. Job done, well done. Gloria Philasides of Cyprus concludes the competition.
Technically quite strong, a little bit soft on the knees. But this round belonged to Canada and Wales, and I have to say I felt Wales, here you can see them, were superb. Their preparation was spot on. Well done, coaches. Well done, gymnasts.
So heavy, did you see that? We're just waiting for the final score to come in for the vaulter, and we'll be able to give you confirmation of the standings of the individuals. Gloria Philasides, 9.875 second vault, of average of 10.962. So one more subdivision to go, but the Welsh ladies have performed exceptionally well and put a lot of pressure on England, Christine.
Absolutely, on England and Australia. If they come and make mistakes, then I think Wales will be in there. They pretty much worked as well as they could. They didn't have to count any falls. They had 1 fall on floor, but that was the score they could discard. They had a couple of bobbles on the bars.
Beam, for me, was the piece under such pressure there to get up and perform. Not one fall from the Welsh girls. An odd little wobble here and there, but no falls. She'll be very proud. I bet there's parents watching, grandparents, brothers and sisters. Great job. So the gymnasts leave the arena, and confirmation standings after subdivision 3. Canada in front, 163.075. Wales silver, or second so far, 155.975. Scotland in third, 142.950. Malaysia, India and Sri Lanka. And the individual standings, Christine, so far?
So far, in first place is Ellie Black with a 53.9. Good total. I don't know whether they might flash them up on our screen here, but I'll tell you anyway. Second, Isabella Oneshko, 52.95. So Ellie Black a mark ahead. Third, Maisie Methuen with 52.3. Natalia Bevan fourth with 52.05. Emily Thomas fifth with 50.795. Shannon Archer from Scotland with 48. Abdul Hadi from Malaysia with a 48.3. And Cara Kennedy eighth with 47.6. So top 2 go to Canada, next 2 to Wales.
So that just about brings this competition to a close. One more subdivision to go. England will go head-to-head with Australia. We'll be back 9:23 local time, but if you're back in the UK, that'll be something around 10:25 in the morning. So get yourselves a cup of tea, get yourself well rested, and we will be joining you very shortly.
At 19:23, Craig, so at 7:23. So where are we now? We've got about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. So like you say, time for a cup of tea.
Time for a cup of tea. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.